Yes.
He's a very new act, actually did a fantastic set last week. Please make him feel very welcome for Graham David. Come on.
Hello.
Hello.
So I just got back from the car wash, and you got to pick all these options. You've got to pick something whether you want soap, which is a program A, whether you want brushes, which is program B, whether you want wax. I got completely confused, ended up with a triple X program, which is an extra warm soapy tit wank. Quite not really what I expected. I've been watching a lot of TV recently. I've seen a program on dogging. I don't know if you've come across the concept of dogging, particularly from another country. Essentially what happens is people go into the woods or to a lay-by to have sex. As far as I can see, in their car. Now that's fairly normal in terms of what a lot of people do. I'm not judging it. However, what happens in dogging is a bunch of other people, largely men as far as I can see, stand around the car watching through the windows and encouraging. Now it got me to thinking though, for this to happen, presumably at some point you have to have the conversation with your partner. How do you actually introduce them to bring them along? In terms of, what do you fancy doing tonight? Right, go to the pub? Well, you could go to the pub, yes, yes. Could we go to the cinema? I don't know, nothing I fancy seeing. Do you fancy doing something a bit different? What have you got in mind? Well, you know that lay-by on the A5? I was thinking maybe we could pull in, park up there, and perhaps you could have sex with a succession of different men, while some other men try and squirt jism all up the back of our Ford Cortina. I just don't see how well do you have to know somebody in order to suggest this. The thing that's confusing me, right, this is called dogging because people take their dogs along with them. What they want to do is to disguise the fact if the old Bill comes along and says, "Excuse me sir, what are you doing?" You can legitimately say, "I'm walking my dog." Well, this makes sense. However, if there are 5, 10, 15 people there, does everybody have to bring a dog? Is anybody worrying about this? Because there's a whole bunch... Have you ever tried, seriously, have you ever tried having sex with an animal watching? It's not easy. I don't mean, for example, you think forward now, 5, 6 months to the summer, you're with somebody very special, somebody you love, somebody you care about, and you're having a picnic out in the fields. You can think about this, you may have done this yourself. It's a lovely, charming thing. You start kissing, cuddling, falling around, then a cow walks by. It's lovely. It's one of those stories, not quite for the children or for the grandchildren, but it's a lovely memory you both share. If a horse walks by, oh, remember that time? Oh, lovely. But pets are different. Pets and you have an emotional response, don't you? I mean, for cats, for example, have you ever tried having sex with a cat watching you? Yeah. You have? Fucking pervert. I don't mean, for example, you get the cat, you sit it down, you say, "Stay there, Tiddles, we're going to have sex." I mean, if you're having sex and a cat walks in and stops and looks at you, because you know what it's going to be like. You're going to be there doing what you're doing, mid-stroke, mid-kiss, mid-whatever's happening, and you're suddenly going to have that feeling that somebody or something is watching you. And you're going to look around, your cat's going to be sat there. What are you doing? I leave you two alone for a few... What are you doing? I can't even gesture properly because I don't have an opposable thumb. I've got to do this. That's how angry I am. Seriously, I leave you guys alone for 10 minutes and... Is that the lap that I sleep on? You're gonna have to clean that. You have to give that good licking right away. Not like that! Oh, you just make me sick. I was going to have lunch. I've got a mouse out there. I was going to mash it around the head a little bit, daze it, just get it stung, start to strip off its skin while it's still alive. And then when it final twitches of life, I was going to rip out its head, its entrails, and leave it still pulsing on the floor. And you do that, you disgust me. I know, take a dump in your laundry basket. But dogs are different. See, cats are essentially separate. Cats and you have a bond, but you're separate. You know this. Dogs are different. Dogs, as you probably know, are pack animals. This means that when dogs see you, and you are their leader, you are the lead dog. I'm not judging you attractively, by the way, you're an extremely attractive bunch of people. But when they see you, you are the lead dog. So when a dog comes around the corner, it's, "Oh my God, oh, it's fantastic. I'm so excited. Look, that's my master. That's my mistress. I love, oh God, oh, what's that smell? Oh, that's wonderful." Dogs are led by their nose. They're going to want to join in. No, I don't mean bestiality. That's a whole new ballgame. I don't mean bestiality. They just want to be there with you. So if you're stood outside the car, remember the dogging, back to the dogging thing? You stood outside the Ford Cortina trying to get involved. "Oh, this is great. This is fantastic. Oh, this is such a turn on." Rover, stop it. Rover, come on, mate. I'm doing my best here. Come on, come on. How do you keep... You see, I'm thinking about this, right, assuming there is some sort of queue system going to get to the front. By the way, I've not actually been dogging. Yeah. Seriously, I've not even been invited. That's what really hurts. Which somebody would say, you know, how well do you have to know somebody? Anyway, so you get to the front of the queue, because assuming there is a queue to be allowed to actually access the treasures that lay within. Presumably it's along the lines of queuing along a rope. Hole number 2, please. Oh, yeah, that's me. Mouth number 7, please. Yeah, that's me. But there will be some tight git there who goes, excuse me, I think you'll find there is a queue. Would you mind waiting? And what do you do if you're in there? As a social etiquette, you're doing your best, and you're just thinking, okay, put out the mind, all these people sitting around me, all the fact there's these dogs watching, put out the fact I don't know who this person is, this is fantastic. What do you do if you get a little tap on the shoulder? Is that Mr. Perkins? Yes, it's, yeah, Steve Williams, I teach your daughter, Sophie. How are you? I won't shake your hand if you don't mind. Very well. How's your missus? Ask yourself. Yeah, she's good. Talking of dogs, I've been watching Fern Cotton a lot recently. What, that's too much, is it? I can talk about dogging and having sex in front of your cats, but not Fern Cotton. Listen, just very quickly, Fern Cotton, Tess Daly, who's the other one? Holly Willoughby, all of those. Lovely, lovely women. No specific talent that I'm aware of. I don't begrudge them this, I really don't. I assume, you know, it's like all showbiz, right time, right place, right cock in the mouth. I've been Graham, you've been great. Thank you, good night.
And David, everyone.